Let's talk about the last fight out, man. You fought a very tough opponent and a guy that didn't make weight. I wonder, you kind of put odds in his favor when you do that, right? And it didn't go your way. Any regrets in taking that fight?
Not at all. I knew that he was going to have a reach advantage, the height advantage. It sucked that he had a weight advantage as well. I thought that would have kind of evened the odds when if he had to cut the weight and make the featherweight, then it would have taken a lot of energy from him, and I felt like I would have been able to capitalize. But no regrets at all. I'm here to fight, whether whoever it is. I'm there to go in and do my thing, and I'll take on the best guys in the world.
No doubt about it. He's a talented guy, no question about it. Any lessons you took out of it outside of all that stuff? I mean, what did you take out of the fight that you can do better?
Yeah, just the scrambles. Had to work on my scrambles a little bit. The length that he had on the ground, he was really tricky. He was defending with the Kimura, defending my takedowns with the Kimura, and normally, guys my size, I'm able to power out of that and reverse them on the Kimura, but with him, it was just so much reach. So I just went back to the drawing board, worked on my scrambles, worked on going with taller guys, not only standing up but on the ground. And Bruce Leroy doesn't have quite the height advantage on me, so shouldn't have to deal with all those attributes.
No question. Talk to me about where you feel like you're at in your UFC career right now, man. I mean, you've got a fight of the night. I mean, you come to bang every time about it. There's no question. I'm sure you would have wanted all wins if you could at this point. So give me an idea. When you step back and look at your UFC career so far, how do you feel about it?
I'm proud that I've gone out there and showcased my toughness. But I feel like I got a lot of skills that I haven't been able to showcase, and I'm a finisher. So I try to finish in every fight. I need to go in there and break down the fight round by round, not only going for the finish, but also trying to outscore my opponent, which, it's hard to do when you're just coming forward. I don't like to back up in there, but sometimes when you have to be elusive. You can't just walk through the punches, especially when you're fighting the best guys in the world. So I've worked on, evading strikes while coming forward and still being aggressive.
So it's interesting. I was curious. I mean, is it a little bit of a philosophy change? Because I mean, even on your your regional career before you got here, you've always been exciting. You've always been fun. But I've always wondered, like, how long can this dude fight like this? So I mean, have you had to kind of adjust your mindset a little bit?
Yeah, more adjusting in just rolling with the punches, yet still coming forward. So I'm not going to change that. My style is the aggression, the pace. I put on a show, but I don't have to take so much damage. And I've learned that throughout my career. I could still be exciting. I could still push the pace without having to take all those punches. So more lateral movement rather than straight forward.
Nice. Talk about the Fortis MMA squad, man. The crew continues to grow, man. Give me an idea what the energy is like around that group of people.
Man, it's just a compelling vibe. Everybody is, super great energy. We're like on top of the world, but we're still putting in the rounds, putting in the work. We don't have an easy day of training. There's no light days. 6-7 days a week, we're in there busting our ass. But now that we're competing at such a high level and performing with the best in the world, the vibes are really high. Everybody's just high on life and excited for things yet to come.
No question. All right, you talked about Bruce Leroy. Give me a guy that came to you with this name. I mean, a guy that's been around for a long time. I'm sure you watched him fight. As you were coming up. Give me an idea when they came to you with that matchup. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I wanted to fight Bruce Leroy for a long time since I watched him on The Ultimate Fighter. I always knew. I watched him. I was like, I could beat this guy. And when he got signed to the UFC, I was like, okay, he was like 4-0 when he got signed with the UFC. I was like, okay, I belong in there. And the fact that I was able to watch him compete on the highest level with so little experience and do fairly well, I knew that I can, continue to grow, eventually make it to the UFC. And he's somebody I've had my eye on for some time, and I'm ready to go in there, take him out, and make a name for myself.
That's interesting. So in some ways, this is kind of like a benchmark type fight, or like a moment you saw. Like, is this gonna feel like, yeah, I proved to everybody I knew?
Yeah, exactly. He's kind of like a gatekeeper. He's got the skills to hang with the best, but he's not so violent as most of them are, and he's more elusive. So he's like that guy where if you take him out, you can be somebody in the UFC. You can work your way to the top 10. He was once in the top 10, so I take him out. I'm going to ask for a top 10 opponent. Regardless of my losses, I feel like none of those losses are bad losses. I haven't been finished in the UFC. I've never been submitted. I feel like I can hang it with anybody you put, like anybody in the top 10, put me in there with them, and it'll be a fight of the night performance.
Nice. Did you guys have anybody that could emulate Bruce Leroy? I mean, he's such a unique style. Did you guys have anybody in camp or bring anybody in to try to do that?
Yeah, Stephen Wynn is training for his Dana White Contender Series fight, and he's a karate stylist, moves around a lot. So, he was a great training partner for this camp. Also, Elijah Johns, the younger brother of Miles Johns, he kind of had to change up his style a little bit to mimic that. But as well as Macy Chiasson, she really mimicked that style really well. So all these great training partners, high-level guys, I feel like any one of them would beat Bruce Leroy at his own game. So, I've had those good looks, and I'm ready to go in there and handle business.
Nice. So it sounds like this is a special fight for you in terms of the opponent. How about the fact that it's in Texas? It's just down the highway. I mean, is it adding anything to it for you?
Yeah, I always love fighting in Texas. I've fought in Texas most of my career, built a really big fan base around here. And, if it was in Dallas, I would have, half the crowd in there chanting Ocho. So, hopefully get a good group out there here in San Antonio making the drive, and, just love my Texas crowds.
Nice. So give us an idea of what we're going to see on Saturday night. I mean, you said, you're going to still be the same aggressive guy, but you're going to try to change things up a little bit. I mean, what should we be looking for to know that, okay, yeah, he made those adjustments?
Look for a very aggressive, smart, tactical Stephen Ocho Peterson walking in there. Obviously I'm going to do my thing. I'm not going to back down, but shouldn't take quite as much damage. I'll be the one dishing it out.
Nice. And when you play this one out in your head, how does this go? I mean, we're going to have a prolonged battle where you do get bloodied up or something? I know you're trying to take less damage, or do you think you can go in there and be decisive and get this thing done quick?
I'm going to go in there and absolutely annihilate Bruce Leroy.